NFP. NFP was founded in 1980 as a parent network stretching across America with honorary chairman Nancy Reagan. Today, our mission is still the same, but we have new technology and wonderful sponsors like King Pharmaceuticals to make that a reality. The parent network is something every family needs. We appreciate your joining us, and today as we do our Lock Your Meds webinar, I'm introducing to you Dr. Al Summers, a board member of NFP. Al is the retired Distance Learning Director for AARP and an expert in how we learn through distance learning. So welcome, Al. We're glad you're all here, and we know that the Lock Your Meds campaign is really our opportunity to recruit people.
Well, thank you, Peggy. This is Al Summers. I am very pleased to see that we have the number of people participating that we do. We have two excellent presenters today, Tanya Bing and David Voss. They'll be coming on here shortly. You've listened to David while he was getting people checked in. This is the kickoff. It's the first of 3 webinars that are going to be conducted. If you are not aware of the fact that there are 3 more, one will be in July the 8th and then July 29th and August 12th. These will all be related to and in support of the National Family Partnership Lock Your Meds program. We have materials that we're going to be covering today that are available to you at no cost, and they can be modified to brand your organization. But I won't go into all that, but I will again say thank you for joining us, and Peggy and I are glad that you're here. David, are you ready to start? Or Tanya, you're going to be the first.
Thank you very much. And Tanya Bing has been called to an emergency meeting, so she's not with us this morning or this afternoon, depending on your time zone. But I will be handling the presentation of it. Again, to remind everyone, you can ask questions. One of our great interns, Nicole, will handle the questions and chat portion of the dialog box that hopefully is on your screen if you want during the presentation. Or if you want, at the end, we will unmute your phone and you can talk to us directly at the end of our brief presentation here. Again, this is for the introduction of the Lock Your Meds national campaign, and we're so glad that you're all with us. I am the creative production agency of record for this project, and so I've created the advertising material that you're about to see and the website that you can go to later. This is the basic visual of what we will be using, the eyes of children, and some compelling text. So as you absorb this, please know that we are here to serve you, our affiliates, and providing this creative material for you. Our national ad campaign will use the slogan, "Be aware, don't share." The reason for that is that we are targeting the adult audience, 20 to 80, who may be the unwitting suppliers of young people using and abusing prescription drugs. So in other words, we're not replicating some of the campaigns that already exist that are targeted to teenagers to convince them not to use drugs. This campaign is targeted to the adults who need to be aware, they need to talk to their children, they need to place restrictions on them and guidelines, and they need to, whether it's figuratively or literally, lock their meds. And so it is an awareness campaign for adults 20 to 80. And that's why we try to shock them into the realization that this beautiful child is getting drugs from her grandma's medicine cabinet. Be aware, don't share. And of course, we want to represent diversity in our advertising. And we will do that through a number of different ads that are available to you. And you can choose one that aligns with your audience as well if you want to use any of these graphical materials for local posters or advertising. As you think about how to translate these into useful things, this is a typical situation at a bus stop where a person has a moment to pause, reflect, and read some of the information. Or it could be in a bus, in transit, this one being in an inside bus ad. But there are all kinds of variations to this. Here's one that Oregon has actually already used. Even though we don't officially launch until October, you're welcome to start using the materials now to kind of warm the market. This is a poster that they used for their statewide prescription drug turn-in day about a month ago, where they added the local information at the bottom and their logo in the poster. And again, we will produce this graphical material for you. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the reasons for the campaign because you wouldn't be on the call if you didn't understand it. However, in our Meducation kit, we have a few big statistics that we really focus on and provides the necessary backup for our campaign. And this is one of the biggest, and that's that 70% of the teens get their prescription drugs from friends and family. And that's the real wake-up call to our audience. They think the drugs are safe, and of course, as we all know, they're certainly not. But if you combine the statistics of people who get their drugs free from friends and relatives, those who are bought from a friend or relative, and those who took them from a friend or relative, it adds up to 70%. So nearly 3 out of 4 of the teenagers who are getting drugs are getting them from friends and family. And that defies the image of drug abusers. We also want to be sure that people understand the dramatic increase that has happened in the last decade. The prescription drug abuse has taken off and now represents more people abusing prescription drugs than those who abuse cocaine, heroin, ecstasy, and inhalants combined. So the problem is truly escalating at a very rapid pace. And that's the other message we need to get across. So it's that they're getting the drugs from friends and family, thinking that they're safe, and that we've had a huge increase in the abuse of prescription drugs. So what do we do? Basically, we want to awaken the sleeping giant. Most people do not know about the previous 2 slides. And we want to inform those innocents, the parents, the grandparents, the relatives, the friends, the mentors, the educators, who may even be unwitting suppliers. The most powerful weapon we have to do that with is communications. And what we're asking our affiliates, very specifically, is that you help us get our word out, we'll help you get your word out. So by using and combining our resources, we'll provide these quality materials, but you can also localize it so you own it. One of the ways that we're going to do that is through a kit we call Meducation, a dose of knowledge. This 12-page kit can be used in a variety of ways. It's delivered to you in a PDF format, so you can print out all of it for a handout or just a page or 2 of it. We've compiled evidence and research from a number of sources, put it in a very easy-to-understand, clean language, and a nice presentation that you can localize and be proud of. But the idea is to remove that blindfold and give people in our target audience the knowledge they need to do something about it.
David, excuse me, this is Al Summers.
Yes, Al.
You might point out the fact that this is not the only communication that the affiliates will be receiving. There is going to be a special webinar in July that will go over the media kits too.